Okay, everyone. So I finally mounted the Bushnell Match Pro ED on my rifle, and on this short video, I'm just trying to show how clear this glass is. I'm focusing on a clearing that's about 717 or 730 30-ish yards away from my office window. I tried to film it earlier from inside my office, but with the heat in the house leaving out the window, it was distorting the image too much, so I had to do it with the window closed. So we are looking through a pane of glass, or at least a double pane. But the image is still pretty clean as you look at it. I'm very happy with the glass. It's very clear. Minus, you know, with the weather, I wish I could do it outside. It would do a little bit more justice. But even looking through like a reflective mirror, through the lens on that TActa cam that the mounts on, I mean, it doesn't do it full justice. But it's a very clear image, and this is maxed out at 30 power. All right. So that was my biggest gripe about some of these scopes that are in the lower price range. Is able to use the full potential of the magnification and still maintain a clear image. It does darken a little bit as you zoom in, but it's not too bad. You can still look at a lot of the detail. You can see where that light dusting of snow is on the ground and it meets up with the edge of the wood line, and you can damn near see the blades of the weeds and stuff growing along that wood line, which will be like from here, from there and up. All right, it's hard to see through this camera's eye, but when I pull all that stuff off and I look through the scope with my bare eye, you can totally see it. Another thing is this is at 30 power. If I zoom out about halfway, if you look at those hash marks, even at the very edges, it's not curving much at all. This glass is nice and flat. It maintains a very clear image. And as I'm zooming out, I mean, just look at that. It's great. As opposed to my other scope I had a Right-On, where at the very bottom where you look at on this screen at 12 mils, I would say up to about 10. All that will be distorted and you can't even read the reticle. You would constantly have to put that sweet spot in the center, even if that meant zooming out, to get away from that curvature at the edges like that other scope has. But this one, it doesn't have very much curvature at all. It's still legible. As a matter of fact, you just saw, if you were just looking at the screen, that little white flash, I think that was a postal truck that was driving by there. But either way, the image is amazingly clear. Right here, as you're looking at the screen, you can see that little Christmas tree. If I turn this parallax adjuster to about 500, it kind of gets even more clear for that. And it does a very good job. And then, of course, if I bring it to the edge of this, let's say this barn, right? Even at that fairly high magnification, you don't see too much of that chromatic distortion on the edges. Like when you're looking at something, it'll have like that weird hue. It's not too much at all. So let's say I'm zoomed in all the way there. That barn is actually about 98 yards from here. All right. Now, if I turn this parallax adjuster. Alright, I'm still turning it. Look how clear that it gets. At the very edge, ooh, I went too far. But you could totally, ooh, I went the wrong way. You can see the shingles on the edge of that barn, like the part of the shingles that are curling. That's how tiny of a detail you can see with this thing. And like I said, this scope was definitely a good pick. Like I said, I got really frustrated with this ride-on that I had, and I sent it back, and it's a long story. Let's just say I still have it, and they didn't really do much for me, so I'll probably be selling it. But anyways, this scope right here takes the cake. It's the same price range, roughly. Actually, it's cheaper. I think at Sportsman's Warehouse, you can buy a ride-on scope there for like 900 bucks. You can find them on eBay for about 500, brand new. I don't know who's selling them for that low of a price, but either way, they're there. But this one right here is about 700 bucks, and man, the glass is excellent, especially if you can use the full range magnification. It's fantastic. So either way, but that's all I got on it. I just want to kind of show you the quality of the glass, and it's fantastic. All right, thanks for watching.